Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Teatime Thots, the channel where we discuss thoughts and drink tea.
Happy New Year! My hair is very fluffy today. I fell asleep last night with wet hair, and I woke up and was doing this, and I'd planned to record, so here we are. So today we're going to be talking about some more wedding shaming because, hey, that's what the algorithm seems to want. I have only a couple today, but one of them is extra special long, and I did actually read through it because it was pretty epic. It's a pretty crazy adventure with lots of twists and turns, just like my hair. So let's jump right in, shall we? Am I the butthole? Are we the butthole for not giving our granddaughter the same wedding gift as our other grandchildren? I'm going to go ahead and guess there's probably a good reason for this, but let's find out. First of all, this is my first post on here ever. I wanted an objective opinion, and I have read a lot of these kinds of posts on Facebook. If I do anything wrong, please tell me. I, 70s female, look at Granny rocking the Reddits. I love it. I'm the grandmother to 5 wonderful grandkids, 3 women and 2 men. The last of my grandkids got married last October. My husband, 70s male, and I usually get them a small gift, usually the cheapest thing on the registry, but then the day before the wedding, we privately gift them a check for $40,000. Oh, can I be your grandkid? Wow. We prefer that they use it for a house, but we don't force them to do so. We also ask them to keep it private. We have a big extended family, and we don't want them to expect that from us. They all honored this request. When it came to our youngest granddaughter, we bought her an air fryer. That was the cheapest thing on the registry, and sent it in advance. Then she called us furious. She went off on us for being cheap. No. And how she knew we had money, but that we didn't love her enough to show it by getting her something more expensive. No, stop. We were horrified by her behavior. Then she went ahead and threatened to disinvite us if we didn't get her a better gift. We discussed it, bought her a china set. We did not give her the money that was set aside for her. Oh, no. We decided she did not deserve it. I've got goosebumps. I'll take it. Can I have it?
Stop it.
I could use it. Seriously. Like and subscribe. Fast forward to last week, she met up with her brother and they got to talking and she found out about the cash gift he got. She asked her cousins and found out from all of them that they got the same gift. She called us furious for discriminating against her. We told her that it was our money, and after how she behaved, we didn't want to give it to her. Cold. This is cold. This is so cold. She started crying, said she was just extremely stressed and that we shouldn't have taken that to heart. You threatened to disinvite them because they got you an air fryer. I'm not sure what body part they should take it to, but I would have taken that to heart. They took it to brain as well. God damn, this is ruthless. We told her that we stand by our decision. Now she is refusing to attend Christmas, and her mother, our daughter-in-law, is calling us buttholes. So are we buttholes? Well, Reddit doesn't seem to think so. I don't either, particularly if she has a history of behaving like this. As harsh and horrifying as this story is, I don't think they're the buttholes. I also kind of suspect that somewhere down the line, she's going to get at least some of that money. I think that they taught her a very valuable lesson. I don't know if she learned it though, because she just went squealing to the rest of her family. And now she's got the family calling the grandparents buttholes. So I kind of feel like this is just the kind of person they're dealing with and probably made the right choice. Oh my God, I felt that in my very bones. Even like to get an air fryer. Maybe my expectations are low, but that would be a nice gift. I would love to get that gift. Next wedding. Am I the butthole for uninviting my parents to my weddings since they ruined my sister's? My parents are overbearing people. They have huge personalities and steamroll everyone who gets in their way. At my little sister's wedding this summer, they were especially obnoxious. They made terrible speeches, got the DJ to play crappy music for the older folks. I hate when people do that. And tried to get the photographer to do family pictures for people not in the wedding party since
They was here anyway and everyone's all dressed up.
Bruh.
I could go on, but I won't. Afterwards, I said that they'd better not try any of that at my wedding. They said it was who they were and they weren't going to change for anyone. I hate that. If you feel the need to have to say to your loved ones, I am who I am and I'm not going to change for anybody, chances are your behavior is completely obnoxious, if not outright abusive. You don't have to say that about yourself unless you're pissing a lot of people off on the regular. I talked to my fiance about it and we uninvited them. I told them that they were welcome to come to the church as guests, but I did not want them to the wedding party during the pictures or at the reception. They're not helping us pay for the wedding, so we don't really owe them anything. You don't owe them anything anyway. If someone offers to pay for something, that doesn't automatically guarantee them a spot on the guest list. I mean, it should, right? But yeah. My sister is on my side, but the rest of the family split down the middle. Half understand why I don't want them making a scene at my wedding. The other half are saying my parents are who they are, and it's unfair of me to expect them to change for any reason. Totally understand that. You can't change a person. I think expecting somebody to behave at an event like a wedding is not an unreasonable request, like at all. Edit. Here's some math from my sister's wedding. My mother and father bullied my sister into taking pictures with each family group that was invited. There were 15. And who's paying for the photographer, right? Some photographers charge by the event, which is going to piss the photographer off because they're there all day taking irrelevant pictures. But some of them charge by the hour, which means that the bride and groom or whoever's footing the bill would have had to pay for that. Let's pretend everything went smoothly, which it did not. Of course, you got 15 family groups to take pictures of. That is an extra hour and a half of pictures in the middle of her wedding day. Oh yeah, like forget the cost. Let's talk about how it would have disrupted their scheduling. The reception started late because of my parents. Jesus. My sister was on her feet for an extra 90 minutes. Wow, not the butthole. Next wedding. Strap in. This one's long. Am I the butthole for being upset over not being a bridesmaid? First post, March of 2019. So that's old. It was reshared recently because it's become literally Reddit legend. Throw away here because people know my regular account. I'm getting married in June. I'm going to have my friend Jim as my dude of honor and my friend Jane as my bridesmaid. Jim and I have been friends since college, but my friendship with Jane is longer and a bit more complicated. We started to become friends in high school where we were friends with two other girls. They'll be important later. It's going to be one of those situations. Typical teenager and 20-something drama happened, and I'm not close with the two other girls anymore. One straight up said she did not want to be friends with me anymore, and I guess the other one just followed her lead. You know what? Friendships sometimes fizzle out. Sometimes people just don't like each other and they just drift apart and avoid each other. If somebody straight up comes to you, looks you in the eye and says, I don't want to be your friend, something seismic happened. I'll admit that Jane and I used to be closer when we were younger and we drifted apart, but I still consider her a close friend. Why? I could see you drifting apart and then reconnecting with someone and realizing, oh yeah, I remember why I liked you so much. Let's stay in touch. But if you drifted apart, why do you still feel close with them? It almost sounds like the other two friends and Jane kind of all agreed that they didn't want to spend time with you anymore. When I got engaged, I asked Jane to be my bridesmaid. When I asked that, she was kind of hesitant because she was engaged too, and she said we'd probably be wedding planning at the same time, and she was worried that she wouldn't be able to devote a lot of time to my wedding. Fair enough. Sounds like Jane doesn't want to be a bridesmaid at all. I told her it was going to be super laid back and she wouldn't have to do much, and that I wanted her there, so she agreed. So she, was strong-armed into being a bridesmaid. Planning the wedding has had its own ups and downs. Lots of drama from family, but Jane has been a good enough bridesmaid. My friend Jim has been planning my bachelorette, and both want to see me get my veil. I think she could stand to be a bit more involved. She told you she couldn't. Is it crap like this that drives your friends away? That would irritate me. I think she could stand to be a bit more involved, but considering distance and time, she's doing enough. When Jane first got engaged, she wasn't even sure if she wanted to have a traditional wedding. She was talking about just doing something really small and only inviting immediate family and close friends. It turned out she's actually going to have a ceremony and a reception in the fall. She told you that would be the way it would go. I don't know why you're acting bruised right now. I awkwardly found out over dinner. After pushing her for wedding details, she said she was planning on having bridesmaids, and I wasn't one of them. Let me guess who was asked. Jasant. She claimed it was because I live far away. Not really. We live on different cities on the East Coast and are about a train ride away. And she didn't want to bother me because I'd be busy planning my own wedding and marriage. Right, that conversation already occurred. You're both planning weddings at the same time. She might just be polite. To make matters worse, the two girls I had a falling out with are, of course, in the wedding. Oh, drama. It hurts so much since I assumed we'd all be together during our weddings. I'm hurt. Jane and I went through a lot together, and I really wanted her to be a part of my wedding. I'm hurt that she doesn't feel the same way. When I told my mom, she was shocked and said how rude Jane was. No, it's not rude to choose your own bridesmaids. That's not rude. That's how it works. My fiance said it was okay to feel hurt and that it was a penis-y move, but Jane also has a right to have whomever she wants in her wedding party. Right. Am I wrong for feeling like this? Should I confront her? I don't even know if I want her in my wedding anymore. Okay, there's more. Oh, there's so much more, but I'm gonna give a couple of thoughts right now. No, you're not wrong for feeling like this. I've said this on other videos before. Your feelings are not right. Your feelings are not wrong. Your feelings just are. You cannot control them. It's better to just feel them. So if you feel like this, I get it. When my sister got married, I was not maid of honor. Her best friend was maid of honor. Did I complain about it? Of course not. Did I love being a bridesmaid? Yes. I had a fabulous time at that wedding. I know how close my sister and her best friend are. Was there this little tiny part of me that was like, damn it, I'm your sister. I'm not maid of honor? Like that thought went through my mind briefly, and then I realized, no, that's a super entitled thing to think. This is her wedding. I'm her bridesmaid, and it's my job to help the maid of honor and the other bridesmaids make the whole thing go perfectly, which it did. It was wonderful. It's okay to have that feeling. There's that knee-jerk moment where you're like, jackass. But yeah, your feelings are not right or wrong. Should you confront her? Oh God, no. Stop. Do not confront her. You won't like the answer. Forget about it being awkward for Jane, which it will be. You're gonna get an answer you don't want, because there's a reason why she's closer to other people than you, and it may have nothing to do with you, and it may have something to do with you. And if you push for honesty, you're gonna get an honest answer. Being told, I'm not close to you because of you, is incredibly painful. I've been dumped before. I've had that conversation. It sucks. But also I care about this person more than I care about you also really hurts. There's no answer that's going to be satisfactory. Don't ask the question. Let's keep going. Post number 2. This is the 14th of March, 2019, titled, My Bridesmaid Hates Me and I Hate My Wedding. You don't want the answer to that question. You don't. Sitting back and speculating and being paranoid is sometimes better than knowing why. I wrote a long story in r/Am I the Butthole. Look at my post history if you want details, or you can just watch this video. And more. Like and subscribe. And I feel lost. Long story short, I picked someone who I thought was a close friend to be my bridesmaid. She's done what she's been asked to do, but hasn't gone above and beyond to do anything extra. Again! I feel like this was taken care of in the very beginning when Jane first got on board and said, I do not have time to devote to being a bridesmaid. I will do what I can. OP agreed to that. Now here we are. First thing out of her mouth, she just hasn't given me the time that I would have expected a bridesmaid to give. She's planning her own damn wedding. She's also getting married later this year. I'm invited, but I'm not a bridesmaid. Cool, you're invited. That's fantastic. To make matters worse, 2 people I had a falling out with are in her wedding. We were all friends in high school. We're all in our very early 30s now, and it hurts that they're still friends and I'm being excluded. So that's a recap. I had a big session with my therapist yesterday, and I realized that I kind of strong-armed her into doing this. Yes.
That you do.
She had tried to say no, that she would be too busy with her own wedding to give me the time and attention I needed, but I convinced her that it would be fine and that I wanted her to be a part of my day. I think she's a adult and could have said no, but what do I know? I'll tell you what I know. She did say no, OP, she did. And you kept pressuring her and she felt bad and finally said yes. That's what I know, in case you didn't. I'll admit, I thought we were closer than we actually are in real life. We were really close in high school, but we drifted apart after college. I still consider her a close friend, even though we didn't talk much. I just feel like now she has this whole life without me, with all of these friends, and I'm left in the dust. Even seeing her bridal party makes me jealous. I feel like I didn't know who to ask, and she has 4 best friends that are bending over backwards for her. OP, not only have your former friends decided that they don't want to be friends with you anymore, but it sounds to me like you chronically just don't have friends, which sucks, and I hate that for you. I do, but I'm starting to suspect there is a neediness in your personality that makes it very difficult for people to want to be around you.
Sorry I annoyed you with my friendship.
My friend posted this super cute Instagram story. Oh, Jane posted this super cute Instagram story about her shopping with her friends for her dresses and celebrating after. I got so upset I cried and threw my phone across the room. So we're given to random acts of violence. I don't know if I could be friends with someone like that. I feel very bad for her, but that's scary. I am angry as hell at her. I want to kick her out of the bridal party. I feel betrayed and used. Used for what? What is she using you for? If nothing else, you don't even have to do anything for her wedding except show up if you feel like it and maybe bring a gift. She's not using you at all. She did you a favor because you wouldn't let her say no. She's done everything she said she was going to do, so she's not used you at all. And how has she betrayed you because she's enjoying planning her wedding? Again, far be it for me to ever say your feelings are right or wrong, but in this case, I think they're kind of delusional. She's neither betrayed nor used you. If anything, she's done the exact opposite of that. Sorry. I don't know who else I would ask. I don't have a lot of friends. I know and my maid of honor is my guy friend from college. Why are bridesmaids even a thing? The whole idea is designed to make drama and hurt everyone's feelings. They don't have to be a thing if I were to get married. I don't think I'd have any bridesmaids in attendance. I have a passel of friends who I feel equally close to. It's too many to ask to be in a wedding party, and it's just a lot easier to have either like my sister as my maid of honor or none. There's no need for you to have a wedding party. You're choosing to have a wedding party. I think it's great that you have a dude of honor. You don't have to have bridesmaids if you don't want to, but you did ask Jane. Jane agreed to do it. She's been doing everything she said she would, so why don't you just get on with planning your wedding, enjoy your wedding, enjoy seeing Jane and reconnecting with her again, and let her have the wedding that she wants to have. I don't understand this anger here. I don't. On top of it all, planning the wedding has been a nightmare. Yeah, planning a massive party, that's my idea of a nightmare. Like I've said before, I can't even plan a birthday party. Yeah, I'm not a party planner. My parents, who are divorced, are using it as an excuse to try to outdo each other. I hate when parents do that. Don't do that to your kids. My fiance's family is dysfunctional and don't like me much. Surprise, surprise, another group of people that don't like OP. His mom is a control freak and planned everyone's wedding, and she's trying to do the same for mine. We keep arguing about the wedding and had a huge blow up about it yesterday. We're pouring so much money into this wedding, and I can't wait for it to be over. And why have it? Get married, sure, go to City Hall. You're shelling out thousands for a party you don't sound like you even want to have. You don't have to have a wedding. And you were looking forward to this wedding until all this Jane stuff happened. Listen, OP, I'm going to say something to you right now, and everybody else listening, this is a phrase, I actually forget who said it. I heard it this morning and it just slipped my mind because I'm in front of the camera. So of course my brain just turned to ice cream. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. I want you to say this with me over and over and over again. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you run around comparing your wedding to other people's weddings, or your friendships to other people's friendships, or how close you are to this person compared to other people, you're never going to come out on top 100% of the time. You're probably not even going to come out on top like 50% of the time. You're lucky if you come out on top a quarter of the time. Don't compare yourself and your life and your experiences and your possessions to other people, because you're going to waste time doing that, and your life's going to get even by comparison. It really will, because you're going to be pouring all your energy and effort into feeling bitter and envious and jealous. Just don't. Comparison is the thief of joy. Can someone make me feel better? She's really needy, this girl. Post about their wedding drama and how everything worked out in the end. I'm at the end of my rope. My wedding is in less than 2 months, and I'm not excited about it at all. Again, I think you were excited about it before you realized that Jane likes other people more than you. But it's not over. We're just getting started. Update number 1, the 12th of March, 2019. I wanted to update because things have blown up. This is going to be long. TLDR, everyone was right about everything. I'm the butthole. That's right, your therapist told you that before. But what did you do, OP? What did OP do? I found out about not being in the wedding a little over a week ago. So I'd been stewing for a while when I made my last post. I was a little dishonest in the first post because I was already in the process of confronting her when I wrote it. No. I texted her early the morning I posted it and told her that I was disappointed by her lack of involvement in my wedding. Stop. Why? She replied that she was sorry I felt hurt, but she had warned me about this when I first asked her. Yes, she did. You told us she did. She also mentioned that she wasn't sure what else I wanted from her because she's done everything that I asked, and that it seemed like Jim has everything handled for the bachelorette and hasn't even reached out to her for help. Can I just say, you're awesome, Jim. I need a Jim in my life. We all need a Jim in our lives. Good guy, Jim.
Lord, bear me strength.
Then I texted her about Bridesmaids.
Stop right now.
She didn't text me back all day. That's nice that you put her in that position. OP, well done. Excellent job. Love it. Love that you did that to your friend, who already, I think, is feeling pressure of being your friend, you've just decided to add more weight. Nice. So I called her that evening. The conversation really didn't go well. That's not a question you want to hear the answer to, ever. She said she didn't reply because I was busy at work and honestly didn't know what to say. She said that she chose the people closest to her. She's known the two friends that I had a falling out with since childhood, and her other two are her college roommate and her other friend from work that she lived with in the past. She said that even when wedding details were murky, she knew she'd ask them because she's closer to them. It doesn't mean she doesn't like you, OP, although I get the sense she's kind of getting there, but I really don't think it has anything to do with how she feels about you, at least up to this point. I think it has more to do with how she feels about them. They're her best friends. That's okay. I have friends that I think the world of, but I'm not their best friend. They have people that they're a lot closer to than they are to me. That's fine. They don't owe me anything. Just because I like them, just because I admire them and like being around them, that's not the only requirement to be someone's bestie. Okay, bestie? And no, OP, I'm not your bestie. Don't ask me to be in your way if you see this. But you should like and subscribe though if you do see this. You probably won't. I told her that I had always envisioned us planning our weddings together, and being left out of it all was very painful, and her reply hurt. I warned you, OP. She said that she was sorry that I was no longer friends with the two bridesmaids in her party. She truly wishes me no ill will from the past, but they have their own valid reasons for ending our friendship. Yeah, which means they've talked about you, OP, and Jane does not appear to disagree with them. Then she said she was honestly surprised that I asked her to be a part of my wedding, and that she wouldn't have even been surprised if she hadn't gotten an invite. I spoke to my therapist the next day about it. She pretty much echoed what people said here, that I was putting way too much pressure on Jane and was inappropriately using her wedding as a friend reunion. That's actually a really good point. Not only does OP have super unreasonable expectations here, she's made Jane's wedding all about her. Oh, and my fiance and I got into a huge fight about our wedding. I texted Jane after, and she was nice and listened to me rant, but it felt awkward. Yeah, this woman just told you you're not really close anymore, and now you're using her as a wailing wall to complain about your fight. Where the hell is Jim? Call Jim. It's almost like you're really trying to force her back into a friendship. And the more she pulls away, the harder you pull her back. Yikes. On top of it all, I got to see her post a lovely Instagram story about shopping for her wedding dress with all of her bridesmaids and getting drinks after. I'm so over weddings. I wish I was eloping. Why aren't you eloping? That's obviously what you want. This is a sunk cost fallacy thing. I don't care what you've spent. I don't care what you've booked. Cut it off. Have a small wedding with your family. Jim, invite Jane. Invite the girls that were mean to you. Tell them you want to bury the hatchet. I'm a little jealous that Jane seems to be having an awesome time planning hers.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Making friends in your 30s is tough, but I thought I had a few close ones I could rely on. But I guess I was wrong. I hope Jim never reads this. So thanks, Reddit. You tried to warn me, but I was already set on being the butthole when I posted. My advice to people upset about bridesmaids, groomsmen: don't question their choices and accept whatever role they want you to play in their wedding. Yeah, that's right. Don't stress them out like that, and don't set yourself up to hear the answer that OP heard, which, all honesty, is not that bad. It could have gone worse. Jane could have literally said, look, I don't want to be your friend either. I'm just being nice. Oh, and so, because this was reposted, the person reposting it included an answer to a question that OP was asked in the comments. So, other OP answering a question as to why they fell out with the other two bridesmaids. So she says, oh, right, the other two girls, honestly, it was a bunch of dumb teenage and 20-something drama. Essentially, I moved to a city around the same time one of my friends was living there. I got involved in her friend group, and some guy she liked ended up liking me more. Given how needy and attention-seeking OP is, I think that's not quite what happened. You met your friend's love interest, or crush, or possibly even partner, and hit on them. I don't know, just speculating based on the type of person OP's coming off as, but I think OP probably betrayed that friendship in some way. If I had a crush on a guy and that guy got a crush on my friend, would I be hurt? Yeah. Would I be a little bit irritated if she decided to go out with him? Yeah. Would it be worth ending a close friendship over? Probably not. But if she pulled something like that, yeah, because if a friend betrays you once, they'll betray you again. It's even worse than a boyfriend or girlfriend betrayal, because friendship, it's easier to to keep a friendship. There are fewer conditions around friendship. So if you betray your friend, that's like you had one job, and that was to be a friend. That's what I think happened anyway, but we'll never know. We dated, but he was clingy and got weird when I broke up with him. I bet that was the other way around. Just again, speculating, I don't know, but I think so. After that, the group kind of imploded and everyone blamed me. Yeah, I mean, sometimes people, when it comes to romantic interests and stuff like that, people can be unreasonable. Oh, I can't believe he likes you. That's unreasonable. But OP played a much more proactive role in that drama than she's telling us. Again, what do I know? Just guessing. After my one friend said she no longer wanted me in her life, the other one followed. I was supposed to grab dinner with her one day, and she delayed because she was hanging out with the other one that hates me. I told her to forget it all and that she didn't have to see me if she didn't want to. Right, and she didn't. I'll admit, I was a bit dramatic in the past, but I've grown up a lot. That's a good point. You guys are in your early 30s. You're acting like this, and this is an improvement from the person you were when your friends decided they wanted nothing more to do with you. Yeah, I kind of siding with the friends on this one. You sound insufferable. But I've grown up a lot, and I hoped that we could kind of all forgive and forget. We used to be so close, and I miss their friendship. You know what? That would be a real great way to start trying to mend things, would be to reach out to them and say exactly that. That, look, I'm sorry about what happened. Take responsibility for everything you did wrong, whether you told us about it or not. They know the story. Take responsibility. Tell them you miss their friendship. You would like to see if in the future, after all the wedding shenanigans are over with, if maybe you guys could get together for a coffee or something and just talk. And then if there's no friendship there, there's no friendship there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to mend fences and regain a friendship with somebody that you had a falling out with. That's very admirable. That happens a lot with friendships, and particularly since all this stuff happened when you guys were like fresh out of high school. Now you're in your 30s. I think it's all water under the bridge, and if you just reach out to them, you might be surprised. You might get all your friends back if you behave yourself. OP, please behave yourself. All right, I think this is the last update. I'm pretty sure. Let's get her done. Is this the last one? Let me see. Okay, so this is not the last. There's one more after this. If you've made it this far, you guys are angels. All right, update number 2. This is the 8th of April, 2019. Here we go. Get her over with. Hey all, I don't know if anyone remembers my Reddit meltdown from about a month ago, but I've been getting some nice messages in my inbox asking me for an update. The truth is, not a lot has changed, and I'm still kind of miserable about the wedding. Things with my bridesmaid are awkward, to say the least. I'm kind of embarrassed about how everything went down, and now I feel like she's kind of keeping me at a distance. Yeah, I told you not to do it. Reddit told you not to do it. Your therapist told you not to do it. You need to start letting other people tell you what to do. I'm sorry, it's very rare I would advocate for that for a grown adult, but you need to do you need to do what George Costanza did in that episode of Seinfeld, the opposite George. You need to take every single instinct that you have and do the opposite of that thing, even if it's like what to eat for lunch. Do not trust your instincts until you have a lot more therapy under your belt than you clearly have right now. She has her dress and has been good with updating me on her outfit and day of stuff and texts to chat about how planning is going, but she's been tight-lipped about her own wedding. Yeah, because all you've done is made her feel guilty about enjoying planning her wedding. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. You sacrificed a really good friendship here. You did. If I ask her anything, she just said, it's going good, and leaves it at that. I like Jane. Jane's mature. To make things worse, she's in full bride mode with her friends, and I keep seeing Instagram stories pop up with cute planning details. It's hard not to feel extremely jealous, left out, and angry when I see her making bouquets with her friends and chatting about taco bars for the reception. Oh my God, I want to go to this wedding. A taco bar? Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing. You know what? If I ever get married, Jane, I'm stealing all your ideas. I really hope I don't actually find Jane's Insta because it sounds like she's good at planning parties and I suck at it. We're getting there with a cold. I don't want to say that fight ruined our friendship because it's clear we just aren't that close anymore, but I really wish I'd just kept my mouth shut. Wait a second, there was a fight? Did I miss something? I know that they had that phone call where things were uncomfortable, but I wonder if she popped off at Jane on the phone and just didn't tell us. All right, well, we'll never know. My fiance's extended family is driving me nuts. They're asking about bringing +1s when we're almost a month out from the wedding. Yeah, don't do that. That's what RSVPs are for. I'm so pissed because I think it's rude to even ask, and that if it really was important, they should have brought it up to me when they first learned about the wedding. Yeah, especially if you've already budgeted for your guests. That is a little annoying. She's not wrong about that. I'm really trying to be fair to her here. She annoys me. My fiance also doesn't like to talk to me about the wedding anymore. Yeah, no shit. Because all I've been doing is comparing your wedding to Jane's. And chances are, too, he's helped to plan or pay for some of this wedding, or his family has. So every time she's bitching to him about Jane, he's sitting there thinking, are we not doing enough for you? Why can't you just be happy for us? If I were engaged to someone that kept saying that kind of stuff to me, I'd be hurt. I'd be upset. I'd just be like, I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. He says, whenever I bring something up, we end up fighting, so he'd rather just stop talking about it, period. I know his family is pissing him off too, but he refuses to confront them in any way. I mean, maybe that's true, but it sounds to me like she's just irritating everybody. He says that this is just the way they are, and I need to learn how to deal with it. Now, you guys already know how I feel about that phrase. If you have to go around telling people this is just the way I am, so you better deal with it, chances are you're doing something dysfunctional. Sorry if you ever said that. I've said that about myself. I recognize that I only ever say that about the personality traits I have that maybe aren't the best. So here I am about a month out from my wedding with pretty much zero enthusiasm for it. Things are awkward with my bridesmaid, my new family is pissing me off, and my fiance is pretty much shut down and refuses to deal with anything. Yeah, and you know, there's a cog at the center of all the spokes on that wheel, OP. You want to know what that cog is? It's you! You are the cause of all of it. Okay, maybe not your in-laws, I don't know. That's not even being discussed here, so it's hard to say. But it just sounds to me that every time you stumble headfirst into drama, you're the person causing it. I guess I updated because I just wanted a place to rant. Does anyone have any advice on how to not make my friend's wedding hurt me so much? Any stories about weddings that weren't the magic days they thought they were? Tips for dealing with fiancés that refuse to deal with their insane families? All right, last one. New post, 22nd of July, 2019. Okay, so she's married, because the last one was April, wedding was a month out, she got married in May. It's been a few months since her wedding. I really am hoping to see an update. It's like the wedding was awesome, it was everything I hoped it would be, I'm friends with my old friends again. I don't think so, but let's see. Some of you may remember me from a thread I posted a while back about being upset over not being a bridesmaid.
2,000 years later.
TLDR, we all know the story at this point. My wedding is come and gone. Beautiful day despite some drama and hiccups. But my friends is coming up, and I have a new problem. Of course you do. The two women I'm no longer friends with are obviously planning her bridal shower, and I'm invited. That's awesome. She's not in the wedding party. She's not a close friend or family member, clearly not a close friend anymore, but she got invited to the bridal shower. It's nice. These are your friends potentially reaching out to you. Maybe this has a happy ending after all. When I saw my old friend's name on the invite, she's handling RSVPs, I panicked a bit. I called my friend / bridesmaid, or old Jane, to make sure that it was okay for me to come. You got an invite, so you're invited. The question is redundant. She said, of course. She didn't anticipate any drama. She claimed the two friends had no ill will about what happened, and that the day should be fun. There'll be a lot of other people there to hang out with too, and it should be a good time. I asked her if she thought I should reach out to clear the air beforehand. No. So, okay, now her bridal shower is all about OP. She said it wasn't necessary. I asked her if she thought it was a bad idea. She said it wasn't necessary. She just kept repeating it wasn't necessary. Oh my god, this chick is such a control freak. I was feeling really anxious about it, so I decided to text both of the friends. Stop it. I said I was married now, was excited to reconnect. That's exactly where you should have left that text. And I hoped we could put all our differences aside and be together for the bride and celebrate her. OP, your friend's bridal shower is not all about you. You single-handedly just made it all about you by pestering both the bride-to-be as well as the bridesmaids that are planning the event. Any chance you had at rekindling those old friendships, which I think, honestly, by inviting her, they were attempting to do. Any chance you had, gone with that text. Gone. And I absolutely see why they don't want to be your friend anymore. I think they were looking to see if you'd grown out of that kind of behavior. And it took you 5 minutes from receiving your RSVP to guaranteeing that you will remain not a part of their lives. They responded with general, glad you can come. We can't wait to celebrate the bride. And I was a little hurt. I had hoped for something that was more reassuring, that the day would be okay and there would be no weirdness. Nobody's causing weirdness but you. Lord bear me strength. When I told my husband how I felt, he was shocked that I even texted them. Yeah, He claimed that it felt like the message was actually trying to stir up drama. I don't think what I said was inappropriate or rude. Inappropriate, yes. Rude, no. The words I would use would be more along the lines of creepy and awkward. I don't want my friend's day to be ruined because of some petty drama, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable during this. Then don't go. You're the one making you uncomfortable. Your friend's day is not going to be ruined by petty drama because you're the only person doing it. You have total control over whether or not that day gets ruined. It's been hard enough seeing my friend post about all of the wedding fun she's having. I just don't want to walk into a bad situation. You're jealous of the fun because you're not involved. Then when they involve you in the fun, you're freaked out because you think that they're inviting you specifically to cause drama. Just don't want to walk into a bad situation. Reddit, am I the butthole for sending those texts? So once again, the person that reshared this posted a comment that the other OP made in the comment section, or reply or something, that is relevant enough to warrant attaching it to the bottom. My husband thought it was over the top. He said that the tone I took made it seem like they somehow weren't there to celebrate the bride when they're her bridesmaids, and I was just making this event about myself. To be honest, my friend / bridesmaid, she means Jane, has become a bit of a sore spot for the two of us. He's glad that she was a good bridesmaid and helped out a lot the day of, but he thinks that I'm trying too hard to be best friends. It's not like I don't have other friends, I just really miss the way things were in high school, and I feel like I'm missing out on having deep and meaningful friendships with a history. OOP did not post anything after this post, but the response swung between no buttholes here and more you're the butthole for their last post. I've been thinking about this since I encountered it, and especially reading it today, something occurred to me. So this OP is talking nonstop about how she hates drama and she doesn't want drama, but she's always creating drama, right? And we all know a person like this, that the more they don't want drama, the more they tend to create drama. And I think what it is, it's not that they actually like drama secretly and this is some kind of overt manipulation tactic. I don't think that's what it is. I think people like this are so anxious about how other people perceive them and how important they are to other people that they need to micromanage every single aspect of their interpersonal relationships, or they feel really panicky and on edge and anxious. And so their way of trying to avoid drama is to just control every aspect of their friendships and relationships, which you can't do. I mean, you know, other people have their own thoughts and minds, and you just can't control that. You can't control outcomes. This stuff's not in your control, right? What is in your control is how you behave. But she's just, every time I act like myself, I lose friends. So I need to micromanage all my friendships to keep drama out of them. But in doing so, she's creating a buttload of drama. That's the ironic thing about this. This is kind of why I do feel sorry for her, because I think people like this do it to themselves, yada, yada, yada. That was a long one. That was really long. I hope you guys enjoy it. I might be totally off base on this one, but please drop any thoughts down into the comments section, because I always enjoy some interesting dialogue about these people that we talk about. And if you want to see more of my face, you know what to do. There's a subscribe button around here somewhere. You can click that bell icon so you can stay updated on all my future content. Now that the new year's started, I have some really exciting ideas for new content. And if you've made it this far, this is my Christmas gift from my 7-year-old. She made me a calendar, and every page, look at, every page, no school. She even wrote like the important dates on it. Look. Oh my God, look, isn't it cute? Oh, that is so adorable. I love this so much. I love this. This is like the best gift I think I've ever gotten. Check it out, check it out. Where's my birthday month? There's my birthday month. I got a turkey. Bye.